What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our Big Ten channel. We're going to preview the 2024 schedule for Indiana here in this video. Before we get to that, let's look back at 2023. Here was Indiana's schedule from last season. Of course, they played Louisville in the non-conference, but then they had Indiana State and Akron, and it was just a grind in the Big Ten last season. You look at who they played out of the West. They played Illinois, and they played Purdue. Two games that you feel like maybe they would have had a chance in, but both on the road. That was kind of tough, and Wisconsin was the other team. And then, of course, the Big Ten East was really, really good, and they didn't beat Michigan State at home. That's one you look at as maybe being a win for them, but it was a disappointing season. Of course, a new head coach and all that, and so I expect this to be a much different team. You look at the 2024 schedule, and first let's look at this non-conference. It's a very easy non-conference. They play FIU, Western Illinois, and Charlotte, all at home. I mean, it doesn't get much easier than that. I'm wondering, and I didn't look this up, but just seeing UCLA early in the schedule, maybe they were supposed to play UCLA in the non-conference. I really don't know, but I'm assuming they had someone scheduled because the Big Ten usually always has a Power 5 or Power 4 now opponent, or maybe it was another team. But anyways, FIU, Western Illinois, Charlotte, very easy non-conference. And then you look at the home schedule, and I mean, look at this. They've got 8 games at home. In the Big Ten, they've got Maryland, Nebraska, Washington, Michigan, and Purdue. Michigan will be tough, but you look at Maryland, Nebraska, even Washington and Purdue all at home. They're going to have a chance in those games. So I really think if it comes together with the new coaching staff and the new players on this Indiana team, I really think they could be a surprise team this year. Or at least turn things around from where they were last season. But this schedule really sets up well for them with 8 games at home. Then you look at the road schedule, and again, with this home schedule, you're going to say Indiana will at least have a chance in every game except maybe Michigan. So this is a very favorable home schedule. The road schedule is UCLA, Northwestern, Michigan State, and Ohio State. Obviously, Ohio State's going to be really tough. UCLA's got a new coach. How good are they going to be? Northwestern, not going to be the most talented team in the Big Ten. I know they were very solid last year. Michigan State, new coach. So, this schedule sets up to where there are multiple ways that Indiana could turn things around and maybe at least get to a bowl game. We'll see. This is, again, the schedule. We'll go game by game. They open up with FIU on August 31st. They'll play Western Illinois on the 7th. 2 easy games to start off. Then they go on the road to play UCLA on the 14th. Back home for Charlotte on the 21st, and then another home game against Maryland. You look at that first month of the season, 4 home games, and again, winnable games on the schedule. UCLA going out west, that'll obviously be really tough. Maryland's probably going to be tough as well, but if they find a way to win one of those 2 games, this team could be 4-1 going into October, and that's not crazy to think that could happen. But you like them at least to be 3-2. So I think they get off to a good start. Then you get to October. They'll play Northwestern on the road on the 5th. Then they get a bye week after that. They'll play Nebraska at home on the 19th. Washington at home on the 26th. Then they'll go on the road to play Michigan State on November 2nd. And then Michigan at home on the 9th. Then they get their second bye week. So they get their second bye week between Michigan and Ohio State. Probably not the best spot because, let's just be honest here, Indiana's probably not going to win either one of those games. And probably not, especially not going to go on the road and beat Ohio State. So the bye week maybe doesn't help you out too much. But they get Purdue after that, of course, in the rivalry game to close things out November 30th at home. And again, you look at a lot of home games on this schedule, and a schedule that I think sets up really, really well for Indiana to make a big turnaround in 2024.